There's a great look. Center field, a home plate. We're on the campus of Mortimer Jordan High School. Jeffco Ed TV. They are taking on McAdory in Game 2 of a twin bill. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. I'm Matt Coulter, along with Caleb Turntine, set to play ball. Let's play the second of two.
Yeah, I hate that and see most of that first one. Something about doubleheader high school ball. Get to be at the ballpark for about 6 hours, 7 hours of your day. Kind of miss those days, especially on a day like today. It felt great out there.
By the way, guys in blue that are warming up there, the Blue Devils, obviously, they won the opener 8-3, and I'm sure McAdory is set to try and even this up and split the doubleheader. I had a chance to catch up with the coaches a little while ago. All right, let's play two. The second half of this doubleheader is at Mortimer Jordan. With me is their coach, Coach Carnes, and Coach Olvey from McAdory. Let me just talk to you real quick, Coach. You got one down. You won 8-3. You feel pretty good about that?
Oh, yeah, it's a great win. McAdory's got a really good team. They swing the bats well. Their lefty on the mound did a phenomenal job. We were the benefactors of a couple of two-out hits. Game could have very well went either way.
Coach, who you starting on the hill?
So we got Sawyer Pearsall starting on the hill. He's a senior for us. Usually plays shortstop for us. A guy we hadn't scheduled in went down with the flu today, so we're having to make some adjustments on the fly. So.
I saw you struggled a little bit defensively. Is that characteristic for this team?
It has been this year, unfortunately. We like to give up a big inning and then have to work our way back from it. So if we can get that cleaned up, I think we're going to be really competitive, but it's still working on progress right there.
Coach, who are you putting on the bump?
Tanner Rice, he's a junior. He was our third baseman. He's our one this year. He pitched a lot last year as a sophomore. Big-time competitor. He can pitch to both sides of the plate. He locates his breaking ball and his changeup. So anytime he's on the mound, we feel like we got a good shot. You know, he's going to give us usually 5 to 6 good innings, and it's usually low-scoring games. So it's always good to watch him pitch.
You picked up your 500th career win at Mortimer Jordan this year. That's a pretty big number, Coach.
Well, that just means I'm old, right?
I can relate.
I have been fortunate to be here. This is my 20th season, so I've been fortunate to coach with some really good coaches. I've been fortunate enough to coach at a great school and a great community. And last but not least, the players. Over 20 years, I've coached so many great baseball players that are great kids, and this is kind of a culture we've created, and a lot of that comes from them, from their desire to be good. We try to play to a standard, but like I said, I couldn't be more blessed to have been here for as long as I have, and it's just a great place to be. So,
Coach, you got to win this one to split. What do you expect out of this team? Do you tell anything between the two games?
I expect them to keep playing hard. I liked our approach at the plate. We were a lot more aggressive than we usually are, which is something we've been going after. So I expect us to come out with the same intensity and focus. Hopefully we can clean up some of those mistakes and have a good, another competitive ball game.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let's play ball.
As I had to scratch out my score sheet with that last second change on the mound, changing up.
We were scrambling. It looks a little bit more like chicken scratch now, doesn't it?
That's okay. No one needs to see my scorecard as long as I can understand it. It works for me.
McAdory comes in at 3-6. Actually came in at 3-5, but they lost the first half of this doubleheader, so they dropped to 3-6 on the year. And here's the 9 they're going to put on the field. Here we go.
Immediately right away from McAdory, you saw Sawyer Pearsall, he is going to pitch instead of play shortstop. Following him still will be Austin Worcester at third base. Aaron Bailey out of the lineup. That's a big hurt for McAdory. They're ace usually, so he will be out of the lineup. Matt Urs will move up, still playing catcher, batting third. DJ Parker will bat cleanup at first. Grayson Glover stay at second, batting fifth now. Kaysen Brookshire will move into the lineup in left field, batting sixth. Aaron Robinson playing center, batting seventh. Alex Coleman batting eighth in right field, and that is now Ari Bevines at shortstop, who will be batting ninth for McAdory.
He threw 96 pitches in the opener.
A lefty shortstop. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, Little League. But no, not at this point. But we will see how the Blue Devils come back after an 8-3 win in the opener. Their starting lineup, as you see to your right, that's J.O. Dean. That is John Owen Dean, a sterling defensive player. Then you got McGuire, Rice. Love this name. You got to. It's a baseball name. Nick Maldonado. You got Thompson in right. Kai West will be behind the plate. Then you got Allen, Lucas, Taylor, and at second base. Now also, they name him the closer, is Jackson Woody Woodruff. So there you have your starting lineups here, Mortimer Jordan. Hey, it's a really nice evening weather-wise, isn't it? Just a little sweater maybe?
It is. If the other night, we've been very fortunate for these first two games about our weather, and I want to go ahead and get that in now before we inevitably have a couple of rainouts in the middle of March or April. But this is good weather, and kind of makes you wish that we were in one of those press boxes that opened all the way up, have the windows open up. But we're getting a little bit of the breeze in here without being too chilly. So this is perfect night for nighttime baseball.
It is, as the gentleman to my left, actually, is introducing the starting lineups on PA. And there goes J.O. as these two teams get ready to take on each other, the Yellow Jackets of McAdory and the Blue Devils of Mortimer Jordan. So lots of color in this one. I love that. I call it it's more of a royal. The blue uniforms, that's really, isn't that Kansas City Royals?
It is a little bit.
Looks like it a little bit.
Looks like it. And when you have the gold from McAdory, you get that crown color in there too for both teams. So that's the team you want to go with.
The Yellow Jackets, they'll be in road gray with obviously yellow numerals. There's Kai West, the catcher. In full gear, he sprints out. He's ready to go.
Tanner Rice.
Yeah, note on McAdory, again, that pitching change. Aaron Bailey, McAdory calls him their ace.
At this time, we ask if you are
that's a big loss. They say that he gives them a chance against even the most elite opponents, and obviously they trust Pearsall on the mound. They wouldn't be putting him there if they didn't trust him, but certainly not what they expected coming into the night.
Our national anthem. Nice crowd has gathered in for the second half of this twin bill. McAdory, your visitors, and Mortimer Jordan Blue Devils at 8-0. Both of these coaches have really impressive resumes, especially St. Carnes, and I just asked him about it a little while ago, about 500 wins. This is at Mortimer Jordan. That's 25 wins a year. That is some pretty high baseball cotton.
And especially when you consider back when he started coaching, they weren't playing the 35 games a year that they are now. You know, they certainly capped that a lot less games for baseball, high school baseball season from the AHSA. That's growing, it feels like, every couple of years when they change the rules. They'll add a game on there that high school teams can play. But that's he said it was old. I'll call it experience. That's what it means. It shows experience either way. But
can I take that too?
Yeah.
Can I be experienced? Is that okay? Carnes, in addition to 500 wins, more on his resume. He won state championships twice while he was playing in high school. Then, of course, he remembers. I covered him when he was at UAB, So that both kind of puts us in the same age bracket, but not really that close. But he is in the UAB Baseball Hall of Fame, well-deserved. And also played a few years with the Philadelphia Phillies. And on the other side, you got Derek Olvey. He is in his 3rd year at McAdory, his 5th year overall as a head coach. Listen to the two teams he pitched for, Notre Dame and LSU.
I hear that LSU baseball program is pretty good.
I've heard something about that.
I don't know. Might not be. If you're not an LSU fan, then I can throw in the fact that, hey, LSU baseball lost to Northeastern last night. A big upset game. You see that one? 13-10,
no, I did not
wild
know that.
game.
That's crazy.
And yet they're still number 2 in the country in reigning national championship, so I'm sure they'll be all right. But that's certainly a program to be able to attach your name to and then come here and be a coach at McAdory. That's something McAdory can attach. Say, we have an LSU player, baseball player, in charge of our program.
That was a look at Olvey. Now you're looking at the starting pitcher. That's Tanner Rice. He's a right-hander, has a mix of pitches, and he will face Sawyer Pearsall to start the second game of 2 here at Mortimer Jordan High School. Welcome in to Jeffco Ed TV. Matt and Caleb will take you 7 innings. Who knows after that? Here's the first pitch. Took a little off, in for a strike.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, okay?
You don't want to call it early. And here is the 0-1 pitch. Just down a little bit, it'll even count.
Clearly want to make him work early on, especially in a doubleheader. You just got so used to seeing other pitchers. You're coming in. It's almost like facing a relief pitcher. You got to see the pitches before you get up there and start hacking.
Well, he put some gas on that and runs the count to 1-2. Pearsall can hit the baseball. 385 hitter. He's got a couple of dingers already in 8 games. The righty will deliver. Chopped foul.
And get that kind of power from a shortstop at any level is going to be a nice bonus. Obviously, he's on the mound right now, but you did hear Coach say he normally plays shortstop.
Yeah, they had, as you noted when we were giving the starting lineups, they had to make some last-minute changes. He just got a piece of that one, still 1-2. Top of the first at Mortimer Jordan. Nobody out. The ball boy McAdory is already getting a pretty good workout.
And poor guy has to hit next, too. That's just non-deck hitter.
That one's inside. Ball 2-2.
Pearsall going to face at least 7 pitches here in this opening plate appearance.
Yeah, especially early. You don't want to run that pitch count out, do you? Here's the 2-2 offering. Upstairs, he'll run it full.
And it's giving his teammates over there on the bench a lot of pitches to watch. Get their timing down. Try to see every pitch in his arsenal.
Tanner Rice delivers. Call. Strike. I think he thought it was a little low, but doesn't matter. He strikes out.
I think that was just a little bit too much watching. I think the umpire's not going to let you get away with that. A little low, maybe a little inside too, but that's that low inside corner. It's a good pitch.
So not only does the on-deck hitter run down the foul balls, this is Austin Worcester, but he just brought him back into the umpire. First pitch, right at the letters, called strike.
I think Rice kind of missed his spot a little bit. West was set up a little more outside. That came across the middle of the plate. Fortunate there was no swing.
Well, he jumps ahead in the count, 0-2.
That time he did hit that outside corner.
Yep. There's a young right-hander. Chopped down first base line, fielded by Lucas. That is the 3UA. And we'll go.
Catcher, number 32, Matthew Rouse.
Number 32, Matthew Rouse. He's a catcher. Coach says he has a very, very high baseball IQ. And he will face Tanner Rice now with a couple of outs. Outside, maybe a little high, too. Quick worker is Rice. That's popped out and away.
He's not just quick working. He seems a little almost jittery out there. You see him getting ready as soon as he hits that rubber. That left foot is moving.
Yeah, Rouse just got back in the box. Here comes the 1-1. That's chopped down the third base line. That will twist foul. So, once again, he's ahead in the count. It's 1-2.
Sometimes as hitters, you're thinking, all right, you're making him pitch a little bit. You had a good first at bat. If you go 3 up, 3 down, pitcher's not going to care how many pitches he threw typically. He's going to feel pretty good going into that dugout if he can finish this off.
1-2 to Rouse. Skies that. It should stay in play. As the third baseman goes over, Taylor can't make the play.
There's a lot of foul ground here as compared to what we saw last week, and we saw a couple of plays in that game 1 of the doubleheader where players just couldn't find it, trying to track it down, trying to run it down. I don't know if it's the lights or just you're moving so far over, trying to stay on the ball.
Well, there's a lot, as you mentioned, there's a lot of foul territory, and that is a pitcher's friend. That ball is outside, leaving the count at 2-2 with 2 outs here. Top of the first on Jeffco Ed TV.
It's supposed to be a pitcher's friend.
Yes.
So far what we've seen, it hasn't been.
There's some truth to that. You got to catch him, right? Blocked nicely by West. And that is the third out of the inning as Rice picks up a couple of Ks. We go to... That's just a nasty curveball, and Rouse just didn't know what to do with it. All right, let's go to the bottom of the first on Jeffco Ed TV.
Welcome to McAdory High School, home of the Yellow Jackets. Check out all the things we have going on right now. It's a great day to be a Yellow Jacket. We are Jeff Co-Ed strong.
All right.
I'm already looking out here at the McAdory defense. You just saw shortstop Ari Bivens just come across your screen right there. It's typically where Sawyer Pearsall would be. He's moving in to pitch. Again, we'll say as Aaron Bailey is out. And that could be an issue not just from the mound standpoint, but from a team that already struggles defensively. You're missing your key piece at shortstop. How will that impact them? And I think more with Jordan, how crucial it will be just to get the ball in play, force the defense to make plays. That's been a difference for McAdory so far this year. And you look at their wins this year. They're 3-6 now. Their wins this year, they've only allowed 4 runs per game in 3 wins. In their 6 losses, they've allowed 10 runs per game. So obviously some of that's pitching, but I have a feeling a lot of that is fielding, errors, things that stack up on you, get frustrated. That's something that Coach told us as well, is that no early errors, and it makes this team hard to beat. They can't get nervy. And again, with the defensive shakeup, that's something to watch in this first inning.
There's the right-hander warming up. He is a senior. He's leading off and pitching.
And we promise he is number 3. It's hard to see.
Yeah, it is a little bit hard. That yellow on gray. And you're right to the point, and I don't feel bad bringing it up again. The biggest problem I've seen, I've watched one game, but I've talked to Coach Olvey, is they're just not as sound defensively as he would hope them to be.
And it's March 3rd. How many teams are? Nobody is probably fielding the way they want to be if it was 2 months from now, so they still have time to get things corrected.
Leading off for the Blue Devils, John Owen, J. O'Dean. Strike. Pearsall. He's a little bit more deliberate. There's a ground ball to second. Glover gloves it. Throws over to first to DJ Parker. One down. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Braden McGuire.
Man, that's a much quicker at bat to lead off than we had in the top of the first inning. And maybe there's something to it that deliberateness from the mound is you're slowing down, and maybe batters think, I need to swing. I need to, it feels like your at-bat's lasting a little bit longer than it actually is.
Number 2 hitter is Braden McGuire, sophomore left fielder. He takes that one high in the delivery from Pearsall. Sawyer Pearsall. He does take his time. That's high. Have you had a chance to watch any spring ball, Major League? The ABS is now intact.
You think about bringing it to the high school level?
I don't think that. So that seems to me as if it would be cost prohibitive.
Yeah, if we can't get shot clocks, I don't think we're getting ABS around here. Don't get me started on shot clocks. We can that's basketball season. That's a legacy right now.
3-0. On the corner with the breaking ball. 3-1.
I think if there was a swing there, I think he would have had catcher's interference, or else put his glove way out there to make sure that was in the strike zone.
Pearsall in the windup. Chopped foul. That'll run the count to full with 3 balls, 2 strikes. So he's fought back from a 3-0 count. Now he's picked up a couple of strikes. See what he does with the full boat. The windup. That is stroked into left field. Will it get into the gap and head towards the wall? McGuire is headed towards second. Stand-up double. Runner in scoring position. 1 out.
I was just laced over the top of the shortstop. Not even one that he had a chance to jump up and grab. You can see that it almost looks like there felt like a blooper coming off the bat, but had just enough speed on it to get all the way. I thought it could have gotten to the wall, but still enough for him to have a stand-up double.
That'll bring up the number 3 hitter and the starting pitcher, Tanner Rice. He's easily one of the top 2 or 3 ball players for the Blue Devils. First offering. At the letters. He's calling them high. As long as you do it for both teams, I've got no problem with that. 0-1, 1 out. McGuire is at second. Pitch to Rice. Curveball didn't break enough.
I think he had the right idea, a little front door breaking ball. Might have had him frozen a little bit.
Through 8 games, Rice is hitting .500.
Is that good?
1 out of every 2, yeah, it is. Here's the 1-1 from Pearsall. Ground ball right side, perfectly placed. Right fielder Vines is coming up with it. He's going to make a throw to the plate. Missed his cutoff man. Run scores easily, plating up McGuire.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. A little unfortunate for McAdory there is trying to hold your runner on second base, but you know it's going to be the second baseman instead of the shortstop. You know that hole on the right side is going to be a little bit bigger. Got an outside pitch and just poked it through. And because it was so slowly hit, gave plenty of time for McGuire to score from second.
That'll bring up number 1, Nick Maldonado. Familiar name for you Major League Baseball fans. He's hitting 400. And I'll tell you, that's good too. Again, he's one of the top 2 or 3 players for Coach Carnes here. That one's high. 1-0.
We have Kamari Nation, who came in to pinch a run at first. Again,
That's a
the
good
pitcher
name.
rule.
That's a good name.
Pitcher gets on base, but guess what? They're going to the dugout right away.
I'm okay with that. Are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with it.
Throw down to second, not in time. Nation cleanly steals.
He got a great jump. It was a pretty good throw, too, actually. It just nearly bounced to the wrong side of the base, but had it at the right level. Don't know if the throw ever had a chance.
I think you're correct when you just said he got a great jump. He did, and I think that jump was on the pitcher. That one's low. Snagged there by Matthew Rouse, who's behind the plate. There you see him to your left. So he's gone 3-0 for the second hitter here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 in for the Blue Devils, who won the opener, 8-3. Pearsall trying to battle back again. Right at the letters again.
You're right. It's definitely calling him high. I don't think you're too concerned if you're Pearsall about a walk in this situation, especially with a good hitter at the plate. First base is open. You don't want to just lay one in there right now.
No, you'd rather get to force, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So now you also have the option of potential double play. And stepping up,
Right fielder,
number 99, Cohen
Thompson.
Thompson. He's just a freshman. He was the pitcher and only gave up 3 runs in game 1. Nation with a lead off second. They are trying to hold him pretty close. Don't blame him. He's got speed.
Thompson is a little bit smaller than the 99 I'm used to seeing in the batter's box watching the Yankees.
Talking about the Aaron Judge.
Yeah, you think he's a little smaller?
Yeah. That gets away. Catcher Rouse can't really find it at first, so we're going to have runners at second and third, both in scoring position with just 1 out.
Yeah. I don't think it would have mattered where that bounced to, but fortunate. And he couldn't find it. It really just bounced straight up. Because, again, we talk about a lot of foul territory. There's a lot back here behind home plate, between home plate and the backstop as well. I would not be surprised that if a player ever took 2 bases on a pass ball or wild pitch in this ballpark.
Here's the 2-0. Well, he steps back off, does Pearsall. The only other 99 in baseball that immediately comes to mind, do you remember Mitch Williams? Mitch the pitch for the Cubs? It's probably before you were born. But they called him Wild Thing. Oh, and wasn't Wild Thing. Wasn't he 99?
Maybe.
In Major League?
That would make sense.
So, there's your little lesson on baseball and number 99s.
See, Mitch Williams from the Cubs sounds familiar, and then you said a pitcher, and I was like, I thought it was a first baseman. So I'm clearly thinking of the wrong person. Matt Williams, he was a first baseman.
Yeah, played for the Giants. The 2-0. Didn't catch the corner. It's 3-0. The third batter he has taken to 3-0 this inning. Boy, he needs a big out here, doesn't he?
Yeah, this could easily get away from McAdory.
Thompson at the plate. That's right down. What's it called? Dry road? What's the road that we turn off of? Dry bone.
Dry Bone Road.
Yeah. That one's fouled away. Bone dry.
Close enough.
Thank you.
I was impressed that you got it.
Something was well, these days I put everything up on GPS and let it just talk me to. But we've been out here several times, so I
Yeah.
think I could find it. Full count. Runners at first and second. Just one down. Pearsall delivers. That's high. He has walked them full. Good at bat.
Yeah, Pearsall made some good pitches to get back into that. I think you really wanted to get to the point where you start challenging some hitters. And now you don't really have a choice. Certainly can't get behind early on.
That's the catcher, and he is just a freshman.
With McAdory staff already being down a pitcher, not just their starter, projected starter for this game, but down a pitcher in their staff. You'd like to get some length out of Pearsall right now.
Again, right at the letters, and he called it. 0-1.
Already 23 pitches so far.
Here comes the 0-1. That one's too high. Mortimer Jordan does not start a senior. And they're 8-0. Future's pretty bright, don't you think?
I think it's a good sign.
1-1. Inside. 2-1. There's absolutely no place to put Kai West.
And Pearsall's laid off that breaking ball that we saw early on. He hasn't been throwing it the last couple of bats. He just can't seem to place that fastball right now.
The 2-1 almost got him. Inside at the knees, very inside. So
I think you saw him kind of drop his head a little bit. He said, man, I could have worn that and got an RBI. He realized what he did when he moved out of the way, but hey, with the base loaded as a hitter, you want a little bit more than just a hit by pitch.
with the bases loaded, I'm not sure. Does he have a green light? Yes, he does. Skies it into right field. Vines gives chase. Second baseman Glover finally gets it. Now they got a chance at a pickle with Nation. Oh, they throw the baseball away. Nation will score. Also coming around is Maldonado. He hits the dish. It's 3-0.
Wow, that kind of opportunity to get out of the inning almost awarded to you there. It's a great play. It's Grayson Glover being able to call off his first baseman, run in and grab that. He makes a great throw home. And he's dead to rights at third base. Just a little bit too much heat on it.
Number 27, Tyler Allen.
They had trouble making throws in the first game, too. Tyler Allen will step to the plate, the designated hitter. He's just a junior. So 3 runs on 3 hits. Inside and high. 1-0.
I'm glad I'm not an official scorekeeper on that one. I don't know if you give that air to the catcher or the third baseman. You got 2 hands on that ball.
So how you scoring?
I had it as F4 and then an E5. Allowed the 2 runs to score.
There you go. The sole runner is Cohen Thompson, who reached on a walk. Really nice dig by Rouse. 2-1. Sawyer Pearsall is on the hill. A late ad and a late start for the Yellow Jackets. Allen, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
Talk about McAdory's defending. I mean, it was the walks and obviously that big double, but walks, single, wild pitch, stolen base. They were mostly fine until an error and then when they had the opportunity to get out of the inning.
First baseman got a chance to glove it. DJ Parker just dropped it. Well,
another chance right there.
Coach Olvey was not kidding when he told us that they'd had some problems with the glove.
And now this isn't just like, your routine ground ball to shortstop or third base that they're botching. Just these, the little things that you do have to practice maybe a little more. Chasing down a foul ball with the wind, the breeze that we see. You see the flag whipping right now and the foul ground. It's not easy. Rundowns are often messed up by high school baseball teams, but these things add up.
2-2 up, 3-2. A good catch on the flag. I mean, it's almost rippling straight out, isn't it?
It doesn't feel that windy when you're out
No.
there, but that's why you look up and you have a flag up there like that. The wind might be blowing a little bit higher off the ground.
It's blowing right to left. Here's the full count. Swing and a miss. Ball gets past the catcher, Rouse. Runner will reach first, and plating is Thompson. 4 runs now for Mortimer Jordan here in the bottom of the first inning.
Once again, you feel like you got out of it, right? You got yourself a strikeout.
Yeah.
And on a good pitch.
And there's Derek Olvey walking to the hill. I know you're really good at keeping up with numbers. How many pitches has he thrown? 30?
33.
Not a bad guess.
How many times do you see a mound visit with the catcher doesn't go out there as well?
I don't know, and he's the brains of this group as far as baseball knowledge is concerned.
Makes me think that.
But that's a very good observation.
It makes me think that the coach told him or said something to stay.
Pearsall will stay in and face the first baseman, Matthew Lucas. There's Coach.
The first baseman, number 12, Matthew Lucas.
So, as you just heard, Matthew Lucas, just a junior. And the first pitch to Lucas. That is high. Rouse snags it. It's 1-0.
I think we talked last week about not being able to hear the dugouts too much like you do at a softball game.
Right.
I think you get 4 runs in the first inning and you try to get to the pitcher. I think that's why we're hearing a little bit from the Mortimer Jordan dugout.
That's a strike. Even accounted 1-1. Yeah, they are cranking up the Seminole chant or the Braves chant.
Neither makes sense. You're the Blue Devils, but that's okay.
On the corner. And I mean painted it. 1-2. Pearsall snagged the return from catcher Matthew Rouse with a little bit of a flair to the catch.
I think he's ready for this inning to be over.
Yeah. And he's probably a little frustrated. I don't blame him. They've made errors, and there's a pass ball. And going to third, actually just going to second, a runner in scoring position.
Now we can say there's a ton of room back here between home plate and the backstop. It's also a brick wall back here, which means that thing can bounce back. Good base running to be able to eyeball that thing.
Allen is at second with 2 on, 2 outs, and a 2-2 count. Lucas, the lefty at the plate. That one's away, and another full count for Pearsall. And I think it is worth noting that he was a last-second add. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. More chanting.
Well, this is the 4th full count in the inning.
Wow.
And the 6th 3-ball count. 8 hitters total.
All right, here is the full count pitch again. That one's upstairs, and Lucas will take a base. And Pearsall will face Cooper Taylor. Good athlete, the freshman third baseman, also plays basketball.
Taylor.
So I'm certain we saw him on the floor back in December.
It's been
November,
5 hitters
December.
since Pearsall gave up a hit.
That
This inning
one's
is still going.
a little inside. 1-0. Here's the 1-0. He will call that. Pearsall knows it. Right at the letters. technically it is a strike, right? But most umpires at most levels don't call them that high. But like I said earlier, Caleb, I'm fine with that. You call it both ways. That time, high curveball in for a strike.
It definitely feels like the strike zone's a little bit high. I agree. As long as it's consistent, I'll be all right. And I think we saw, might have been the very first at-bat of this game, we saw a pitch that came across the plate but low that I thought was a strike, and he called low. So
Curveball high. 2-2.
boy, that thing looked familiar.
There you see Tyler Allen leading off in the middle of your picture. Here's the 2-2. That curveball misses inside. His cap flies off.
Why not another full count, though?
That'd be 5.
That would be 5.
Wow. There's 25 pitches without foul balls. All right. Here comes Sawyer Pearsall, who would love to bring this inning to a close. Out of the stretch, he throws. Batted out of play. Foul ball along the right field line. So we'll do it all over again. Runners were going.
Yeah, this is going to be pitch number 46.
Wow. And he's not out of it.
That's just so far.
Yeah, the freshman hitter, Cooper Taylor.
He's had an opportunity to get out of it multiple times and has made the pitches to get out of it.
Yes, that's a very good point. Here comes the full count pitch again. That is batted back over and behind us. Boom, hit the stands. So we'll do 3 and 2 all over again.
And this is when you know it gets frustrating as a pitcher. Everything else going on in the inning, you get to the 9-hole hitter, and he's making you really work more than anybody else has so far.
I think you're right. As far as number of pitches, you are accurate. Here comes the 3-2. The runners will go again. Curveball. Oh, what a masterful pitch. Taylor swinging at the curveball. Mercifully for McAdory, that inning will come to a close.
Yeah, that probably was his best pitch of the inning, which is saying something. But he needed that one, and got to take what you can get out of an inning. You forced him to leave a bunch of runners on. You limited the damage at least a little bit.
He just kind of waved at it, and there's another meeting on the sideline between the dugout and first base with McAdory as we go to the top of the first here on Jeffco, top of the second on Jeffco Ed TV.
We are Mortimer Jordan High School, where it's always a great day to be a Blue Devil. We are Jeffco Ed Strong.
From high school, the building, to the ball field we go.
You wake up this morning for the blood moon?
No, actually, I thought about it, and I set my alarm, and then I just went snooze on it.
Yeah, I would have done the same. I knew better. I wasn't even going to try that.
But but we've got a full moon tonight. It's very much a wider shade of pale.
Not
Song
no
from
orange
the
tint to it.
70s. No, not anymore. It is a pretty moon, though. Swinging right through it, the fastball from Rice. The leadoff hitter is a first baseman, a freshman, DJ Parker. And the 0-1 from Rice. Nope, not yet. Parker steps out. Back in.
I think if you're McAdory, your thought here is that first inning felt about as bad as it could be, but you have 6 more innings and you're only down 4 runs. I say only because it feels like a 4 is bad for one inning, but 4 runs in a baseball game really is not impossible to overcome.
Well, you can put your own 4 spot up there with a slam.
If you're the coach right now, I think you take 1. And
that's the way you don't because you.
Yeah. If you're Mortimer Jordan, you're saying the same thing. You go out and put up a clean inning, you almost feel like you won this game.
Curveball, just foul down the left field line. He just a little ahead of that one. The count will remain at 1-2. There's a good look at Tanner Rice.
What'd you call that? A little waddle before the pitch? What would you call it?
Yeah, it's maybe a wobble, maybe a waddle. Got him out. Swing and a miss. That's his 3rd strikeout in 4 at-bats.
22 pitches so far, in case you were wondering.
I'm always wondering. Grayson Glover, Larry Grayson Glover, the junior second baseman, will step in, jersey 27. He'll look at the first pitch from Rice. Boy, he had a swing. That was a home run swing, wasn't it?
He saw an enticing pitch up in the zone. He was just late on it. He really needed to turn on it, too. Good placement on that fastball.
Yep. He got another one. Way ahead in the count at 0-2.
It's on the opposite corner of the last fastball.
He is mixing up his pitches great. Here's the 0-2. Lifts it into left field. McGuire didn't have to move at about 3 steps to his left. Gloved it, 2 outs.
This is exactly what you want if you're the Blue Devils. It's you put up a crooked number, you get a clean inning. The shift in momentum you'll be able to feel even more so than you did in that bottom of the first.
Kaysen Brookshire, senior left fielder, will step in. He was a late add, too. That ball is outside. 1-0. And here comes the pitch. Right back where it came from. There's a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Brookshire as he gets their first hit of the game.
No kidding, right back up the middle. I think that landed. I mean, if you just took a straight line from home plate through second base, that landed right there. A little bit of tail on it. Great shot from our camera there.
As always, what a great crew. I think that's the first bad pitch Rice has thrown.
I think it's the first time he's gotten behind, and that's the first batter he first pitch ball to.
That'll do it. Boy, that had a little wonky feel to it. I guess it was just a changeup.
He had a little bit of comeback on a fastball on the outside earlier. He might be throwing a 2-seam.
Wow.
There's definitely some movement. You don't see too many 2-seamers anymore.
Used to be kind of standard operating procedure.
You had a 2-seam and a 4-seam.
Yeah. Here is the 0-2 with a runner at first. He just slaps that one foul. That's ruining a pitch is harder to do than most people think. Just got to get the bat out there and spoil it. So Aaron Robinson, the center fielder.
It's not just about spoiling that pitch. It's about having a defensive swing and then coming out and hoping you can do something with the next one. Got to be able to go from a defensive swing into try to get a hit just like that, trying to do both at the same time.
1-2, very short lead by Brookshire. Last thing you want to do down 4-0 is get picked off. That one's away too. He's trying to get him to fish, and it's just not happening. The sophomore's being very patient. Here comes the 2-2 with 2 outs. He's just thrown 3 straight outside. And yet another full count. This, however,
Rice's
while in the
second.
same inning, it's just his second already. Runner going on the 3-2. Lifted into short center field. Dean comes over. He makes the catch. And that is the end of an inning and a half. Mortimer Jordan leads it 4-0 on Jeffco Ed TV.
Certainly we need more drivers, but we need folks more than that who want to make a difference.
It's the best job in the world. Bus drivers are doing a tremendous job in receiving kids each day with a smile, sending them home each day with a smile, making a difference in their lives.
Most bus drivers are there to invest in the children as well as to gain an investment for themselves. They were excited that you're interested in being a bus driver trainer. The potential is great about changing lives.
Center field shot. New pitcher in for McAdory. Ari Bivens or Bivines.
I think
So
you
he
just
went
see
from
a
shortstop, right?
A switch. Pearsall moves back to shortstop. Regular position. And Bivens moves on to the mound.
Changes in the field for the Yellow Jackets. Now at shortstop, number 3, Sawyer Pearsall. And your new pitcher.
So Pearsall is back in his rightful place, correct?
I mean, I certainly, he might feel like it's his rightful place. I think he wishes he was still on the mound, though.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of breaks in that first inning, did he?
He didn't. I mean, again, they nearly had a double play that would have gotten him out of the inning with just one run given up, which would have been 1 run on 2 hits, a normal baseball thing to say.
Yeah. Well, certainly the Blue Devils would like to add to their lead here.
Well,
They
so
go back to the top of the order.
now let me ask your opinion on this long baseball debate. Is batting around, do you have to send 10 in an inning to bat around, or is it when you send 9 hitters up to the plate in an inning?
So I've never been asked that question, never thought about it, but it's a good question. I've always thought batting around means you went 1 through 9. But if it's going to be technically around,
right,
then you got to go back to the very first hitter of the inning.
That's what I think. Now, I think you could send up 9 hitter, or if the 10th hitter gets to the plate, the 9th batter could be thrown out at second base stealing, and the leadoff come back up to the plate later.
Just because they made a plate appearance or got inside the batter's box.
As long as they got in the batter's box,
I see your logic.
You're batting around. Sending 9 to the plate is not batting around. That's one of those baseball hills that I'll die on that one, I guess.
Okay. J.O. Dean, who made the catch to end the last inning in center field, he started off with a fastball. Pretty good giddy up from Ari Bivens. And here comes the 1-1. Stepped off, now back on. And the Mortimer Jordan dugout continues to chant. That one's fouled straight back, so Bivens has jumped ahead in the count, 1-2.
That thing nearly would have come into the window up here for a little lower, and there was no netting.
True. Boy, he just blew that one up and away right past him. Strikeout.
J.O. Dean, you're walking off saying, "This is the second inning. I've gotten out twice. How is this possible?" The rest of my teammates are getting around the bases a little bit.
Yeah, particularly this guy. He started it all in the bottom of the first inning. This is McGuire, Braden McGuire, sophomore left fielder who just lofted a ball into the gap in left center field and got things started for the Blue Devils with a double. That one, I think, went right through the wicket.
That's experienced catcher right there. I know you said they call him their IQ guy. Why are you going to get down and try to block a ball? You know, why are you going to go through that effort, put that on your knees? There's no one on base. Let it go to the wall and reach back and get ready for the next ball.
That one's outside, 2-0. I was kind of always of the mindset that you just do it all the time. There's a line shot right at the left fielder. Bounces in front of him. Coleman can't get a glove on it, but he does manage to get it back into the infield and hold the runner to a single. So that was very well hit. This guy has driven the ball.
And that thing was ripped to left field, but I think Coleman, he kind of got caught in between. I don't think he thought he had a shot to catch that ball until it was too late when he realized, I do, and then he took a step forward.
Well read, Caleb. I thought the same thing.
It's a good thing that he touched that ball at all, though, to keep it at least at a single. That thing easily could have gotten back past him with how he read it off the bat.
First offering to Tanner Rice, Blue Devils pitcher.
Is that loud? Into the mic?
That was a little outside. Called a strike, though. Out of the stretch, Bivens. Runner goes. Rouse can't make the play. Stolen base.
It looked like he reached into his glove and just couldn't get it out. Not sure what it mattered. Another good jump.
I love the pink gloves. McGuire advances on the stolen base to second. 1-1 count to Tanner Rice, the sophomore pitcher. And he singled in his first at-bat, came around to score. I guess now he's hitting over 500. Here comes the 1-2. Rouse sets up outside. Curveball. That one's definitely high. 2-2.
Again, just not enough break on it to drop in.
Rice is also a wide receiver for the Blue Devils football team. Down, block, Rouse. Advancing is McGuire. You make the call. Pass ball, wild pitch.
Well, it didn't get past him, did it?
No. He kept it in front of him, but you've got to advance the runner somehow.
Ball was in the dirt. That's a wild pitch.
I gotcha. That one's fouled, right field line, and out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by Parker Maintenance and Repair.
So Rice has worked it full. Here comes the payoff pitch with one out. Runner on third. I think Rice just kind of had enough. Stepped out. Bivens shakes off the pitch out of the stretch. He will work. Curveball. Hits sharply to short. Pearsall throws over to Parker for the second out of the inning, but also plated a run as McGuire scored.
Yeah, I think you saw the middle infielders kind of halfway in. They weren't all the way in. Ball wasn't hit hard enough. We saw Pearsall maybe, I don't even know if he gave a look home. Probably was never going to make that play, take the easy out, avoid another big inning.
That'll bring up Nick Maldonado. He walked and scored back in the first inning. We are in the bottom of the second. 5-0 Mortimer Jordan. Check swing. Tough play. Bivens gloves, bobbles, throws, not in time. All right, Mr. Official Scorekeeper.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, you got an E.
E1.
E1. Maldonado will be at first with 2 outs. Cohen Thompson, the freshman, who also walked and scored back in the first. Left-handed hitter will step in. Again, he pitched and picked up the win in game 1. That one outside. 1-0. Decent lead by Rice. Actually, they put it's Maldonado at first. Decent lead, not one appears to be threatening, although he does go. Bounding ball back to short. He's got a backhanded with a glove. Pearsall had a couple of really good plays in that inning. He throws over to Parker, and that'll wrap it up after 2 complete.
You see him coming across, having to go back where he came from, backhand, stay calm, make a strong throw to get the out.
Hey, you're watching Jeffco Ed TV.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. I'm Dr. Beth Miller. This school year, we are thrilled to offer free breakfast and lunch at no cost to all students enrolled in in-person learning. As a community eligibility provision district, we encourage all families to take advantage of this opportunity. Our child nutrition program is devoted to providing healthy and nutritious meals to help fuel our students for a day of learning and growth. We encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity so we can continue to provide in future years.
Let's go to the top of the 3rd inning. You see on our Jeffco Ed TV scoreboard, the lower portion of your screen, Blue Devils are leading it by a score of 4-0. I saw that dog earlier. It's a cute little puppy.
If I see a dog, that's all. I'm just going to point to it. It's puppy every time.
There's 2 now.
One looks a little bit more energetic. The one that's certainly more of a puppy looks like it wore the other one out a little bit.
He was running up in the trees when I went down to do the coaches' interviews.
If we can get one of them up here, put a headset on one of them. You have a guest puppy in the booth?
I've never done that, but I'm open to the idea. You have a dog?
I do have a dog. I have a dog and a cat.
Yep. We're just with the cat, but that thing's
I've always been a dog person. Girlfriend
Me
was
too.
always a cat person.
Yep.
And it's funny that they both came from the woods. They didn't even go through a shelter. Didn't even.
They just wandered up to your door with a
one
bowl
was
in their
from a
mouth?
friend. The dog was
Okay.
from a friend that found her, and then he was moving actually 3 states away and was just going to have to take her in. And I said, I'll take her for a couple of weeks. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah. And 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Wow, good for you. Swing and a miss. That had some giddy up on it. And Coleman wanted it. Here comes the 0-1. Boy, he put some giddy up on 2 straight pitches there, and he goes ahead in the count 0-2.
Yeah, that was a great look at what has been so effective with him. A little bit of inside-out movement on that fastball, getting the inside corner. Did it again.
Wow. Yet another K.
And a non-competitive one, really. That's how well Rice is pitching right now.
The pitcher, number 15.
So,
Ari Bivens.
Ari Bivens started at short. Now he's pitching. Now he's batting. One out. That pitch was low from Rice. West tried to frame it up, didn't work. That one's away. West with a stab. one's rifled foul. 3-1. McAdory would like to erase that 0. Oh, I believe that got him in the back. Hit by pitch. So Bivens, the opposing pitcher, McAdory will reach.
Yeah, and you'll take that about. Take your base runners any way you can get them.
Yep.
And because he's pitching, if he wants to, he can. He can just take a pinch runner.
And he's going to.
Coming to the plate,
You called it. You saw
the
it.
shortstop, number 3, Sawyer Pearsall.
Pearsall will step to the plate. Will try and catch a number of the pinch runner.
Of course, some players, they wear one like that, and they say, let me stay out there and move around a little bit, make it feel better. I'm sure he won't just be sitting still in that dugout.
Right now, he's just gold helmet. Tanner Price, with 1 out, throws. That ball's lifted back over us, foul, 0-1.
Foul ball brought to you by Whitworth Plumbing.
They sponsored the foul balls here. Did you just hear that?
Oh, yeah. For them all.
I thought that's very, very interesting.
Got to make money somehow.
Joshua Vines is the pinch runner, so he is no longer gold helmet.
Some high school baseball programs will sell those Boston butts. Some sponsor foul balls, Some might do both.
One of the sponsors is a pizza place right up the road. I think we should stop for pie.
Maybe we would name them if they wanted to sponsor us too.
Yeah.
Do I get commission for that if that sells? I don't know.
That's away. Wes grabs it. What's the name of that pie place? Got to give them credit. It's Majestic Pie, which, by the way, is on Majestic Road.
I thought I was hungry before. Thanks a lot.
Oh, but by the way, 2-2 inside. Thought it might have nipped him. Plate umpire says no. Batter doesn't disagree.
Yeah,
but
I
got
it did too at first. He didn't react quickly enough. Kind of shook his arm well after the pitch.
You got to act it out, don't you? Nice stop by West. It is ball 4. So McAdory's trying to put something together here in the top half of the 3rd inning with just an out. They've got 2 on.
First time that McAdory's really made Tanner Rice work in this one as well, and that's hit batter and a walk back-to-back, but pitch count getting a little higher than it was, especially after that 3-pitch strikeout that started this inning.
Out of the stretch. That's upstairs. But it was recommended by the other members of our outstanding crew that I try the cheeseburger downstairs. And it was very good, but also they had all the fixings, if you like lettuce, tomato, onions, that kind of stuff. It's quite tasty.
I promise you, I will leave you in this booth by yourself, and I will go eat some food.
I can handle it for a little while. There's the pitch. That was a nice pitch. High in the strike zone. A strike nonetheless. It's 2-1.
And Worcester was a little bit in take mode right there. At 2 on, struggling throwing strikes at 2-0.
Worcester grounded to first back in the first inning. Boy, that's a call strike. 2-2.
Of course, good pitchers, they get any whiff that, hey, they're not wanting to swing the bat. They want to try to see if out those strikes. They want to just get on base for free. That's when they'll get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident throwing in strikes.
The 2-2 from Rice. He steps back off the pitcher's plate. Worcester, the junior third baseman for the Yellow Jackets. Rice checks his wrist for the pitch and now delivers. There is a chopper, shortstop, gloves, throws over. Nice, smart, heads-up play by Maldonado. He throws over to Taylor to get the force.
Yeah, not just play from Maldonado. Taylor, it looked like he thought about kind of going for the ball at first. Realized if he went for it and missed, there would be no one there covering third. Got back to the base, watched his footing, looked very comfortable taking in the ball. It's a big out.
Vines was a pinch runner, so he is now down. And coming to the plate is the senior catcher, Matthew Rouse. Not before we have a conversation between West and Rice. I guess Carnes has come out there, too.
Yeah, this is a big spot for McAdory. I mean, you had the heart of your order, top of the lineup even, 2 on, got a runner in scoring position for the first time. Really like to pick up one at least with your big hitters up and a chance to score.
Quick conversation, and we'll get back to the ball game.
It's like a little bit that our crew, setting up a camera out in center field, but the placement of the concession stands at this stadium. Every time we want to look down at the monitor, see the pitch. Once again, reminded
you're gonna
there's
think
food
burger
downstairs.
Yeah, there is. All right. Rouse at the plate. Matthew Rouse. Out of the stretch with runners at first and second. Just caught the corner and the top frame of the strike zone.
And you'll rarely see a catcher look back and say, I didn't like that call, because he said, all right, yeah, I'm okay with a large strike zone. That's what I want behind there, too.
Fly ball, pretty well hit center field. Dean gives chase, gloves it about 10 steps shy of the track. So he gave it a ride, but it's another 0 in the top of the first, top of the third for McAdory, with the Blue Devils coming to bat on Jeffco Ed TV.
Introducing the brand new app for Jefferson County Schools. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The Events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school. It's everything Jefferson County Schools in your pocket.
There's a look at Bivens. He came in for Pearsall. Pearsall went back to shortstop. As he gets ready for the bottom of the third inning, I thought he was pretty effective in the second. He did allow the 1 run.
And that's might be Braden McGuire. The fact that he had a couple of hits, he just seems to be on one in this one.
First hitter for McAdory, I should say. Mortimer Jordan in blue. It's Kai West, the catcher, popped out to second in his first plate appearance. That was back in the first, which seems like quite a while ago.
It's because of how long that first inning took.
Yeah. We got a pretty hefty breeze. Hey, tomorrow we'll be going over to Clay Chalkville for softball. The Indians and the Cougars. That's 5 o'clock tomorrow. You're going to be here, right?
I'll be
there, right?
It's my first softball game of the year.
I love the game of girls softball. It's so much like old school baseball. You play more station to station. You bunt, you run, take
Small
extra
ball
bases.
National League. We're going to get into this
You're
conversation
right.
again.
Yep, here we go again.
Might happen every time we're on a baseball
Okay.
call this year, I feel like.
All 3 of them on their phones.
Well, it's between pitches. I think that's allowed.
I think it's allowed, certainly. It just
hey,
shows you the sign of the times, though, doesn't it?
They might be checking some scores, some other baseball scores.
Maybe some other high school
Basketball,
games. Yeah,
high school basketball happening.
yeah, that's a great
Alabama
event
basketball.
downtown. Yeah,
You know, if anyone was watching that and wanted to decide to tune over and watch us now that that game's over.
what was the final? You got it?
Georgia won by 10.
Wow,
23, Kai West.
that stops the streak, doesn't it?
Yeah, 8-game winning streak.
All right.
Georgia's an underrated team, though. I'm not surprised by that one tonight.
Kai West, a freshman catcher, at the plate. A slight open stance. Bivens will work out of the stretch and just buries that one in the catcher's mitt. 0-1.
Second inning, much more efficient for McAdory. Just 17 pitches in that second inning as opposed to the 47 in the first inning.
Wow, that's a long first inning. Ball is outside. It's 1-1.
First inning is a big reason why it's 8-12 right now as opposed to maybe 7-12.
Oh.
If this had started at 6:30 as we expected.
Well, the first game was an 8-3, and there were a couple of long innings there, too. So I understand why we didn't get underway until 7 o'clock.
You won't be hearing me complain about more baseball. I promise you that.
Me either. That shot foul. Just short of the dugout. And here we get the 2-2. Ari Bivens. Outside. And yet another full count.
We can talk about crooked numbers being a reason for a long game. These batters are making every out get worked for.
Just chops that one foul. Just bat got in the way of the ball. It'll be 3-2 again. Don't you think a lot of that's coaching? Yeah.
Oh, it has to be, yeah.
Coach Carnes just says, look, and I saw in his notes, says, slow down. Slow. Let the game come to you. Well, he walked him. So the leadoff hitter, Kai West, is aboard, and I'll bring up Tyler Allen, who reached on an error back in that lengthy first.
I think 7-pitch walk is something that coaches will pretty much never be upset to see from their hitters.
The designated hitter, number 27, Tyler Allen.
All right, your pinch runner is Sawyer Lash.
As the same rules apply for catchers as they do for pitchers.
Here's the 0-1 from Bivens. That one's upstairs, 1-1. There's a good look at Tyler Allen. He's your designated hitter. Throw over. Nice snag by Parker. That one could have gone to the fence.
Yeah, that could have been a first or third right there.
Yeah. DJ Parker's a pretty tall dude, isn't he?
Had to get down all the way to the baseline.
Curveball upstairs. It's 2-1. Matthew Lucas is on deck. 1 on, no one out. Mortimer Jordan, 5-0 lead. Swung straight through that one.
I think dropped a little more than it slid. There was no break from left to right on that pitch. That one just dropped. Get surprised Allen a little bit.
Let's see what he does with the 2-2. Outside. Guess what? Full count.
That's the right pitch, right? You think he just saw one that dropped. He's thinking it's going to just drop again. You have it break to the outside. That's just good eye and good discipline to lay off.
Allen looks at the 3-2 offering. That's away. 2 straight walks from Bivens. Doesn't quite look like the guy we saw back in the second inning. Of course, he has yet to let a run in. I'll have to put the brakes on it at that point as Lucas steps up.
First baseman, number 12, Matthew Lucas.
He's the junior first baseman. Batting from the left side. Bivens. Oh, bunt. And a nice one. Bivens can't grab the handle immediately. He holds up and doesn't make an error by throwing it away.
Yeah, that is a single right there. That's a perfectly placed bunt. That's perfectly placed if you're just looking for a sac bunt, which is, I think, is what the job was to do there. But the fact that Worcester was so far back at third base, even with a left-handed hitter up, McAdory never had a chance to get that ball to first base, even if Bivens came up with it cleanly.
Cooper Taylor steps up, the freshman third baseman, with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Wait, we just saw one pitch at bat. All the full counts. I figured we could go ahead and throw.
Let's have a couple of those for time's sake. Here comes the 1-0 from Bivens. Upstairs 2-0. He's got no place to put Cooper Taylor. There's the chant from the third base dugout. That one was low.
I think you'll certainly be seeing a take on this one as well.
Yeah, especially with Carnes. And here comes the 3-0, and that was clearly outside. So Taylor walks and picks up an RBI. As Kai West, actually, that was the pinch runner, Sawyer Lash, who scored.
You come in, pinch run, you think you're going to cause a little bit of chaos on the base pass, and you just go station to station with some walks.
That's what they've done.
I think he got to slide into third on the bunt. He didn't need to, but I think he got to. You got to be a little adventurous out there.
Get your britches dirty.
That's right.
Okay, the Jeopardy music's on the public address system.
County teams might all say they like each other. There's still a little bit of fun to be had. You won't hear this if Mortimer Jordan ever has a mound visit.
No, you won't. You won't hear help by the Beatles either.
That's what we heard last week, right?
Yeah.
Let's start keeping track of all the mound visit songs we hear this year. Pick a favorite at some point.
Oh, did you ever have a walk-up song?
I did not. I never played school ball. I only played travel ball and park ball.
Well, if you played travel ball, you must have played on some pretty good teams.
Yeah, just 1 year. I was a second baseman, first baseman.
Did you bat left? Right.
Right. But, boy.
That ball is lifted to deep right field. J.O. Owens. It's dropped by the right fielder, Vines. He couldn't draw a bead on it. A couple more runs at the plate.
I think maybe that breeze kept that one in a little bit, and certainly the fact that it looked like it was staying in. Saw a good look at the flag right there. Could not track that one down. But I also don't think that's an error, but certainly one of the longer singles of the season.
No kidding. I said 2. They only scored 1 because the runners were not advancing. Nice stop, Rouse. In all fairness, Vines just kind of misjudged it at the last minute. But you're right, it didn't touch leather.
No, yeah.
Oh, that's a base hit.
And Dean, I told him he got out in the first 2 innings. He's been wanting to hit. He nearly got all of that
beamed him.
one.
There's another run. Hit by pitch. That's McGuire, who adds the hit by pitch to a single and double, and a nice evening for the sophomore left fielder. Now Tanner Rice, the pitcher, will step to the plate.
Now you're at the point for McAdory. This is where you start to feel it a little bit on a game that got away from you. But again, you had opportunities in those first couple of innings to limit the damage, and it didn't happen. Keep putting up zeros on the scoreboard from the plate. And then when you can't find the strike zone from the mound, it just adds to the frustration.
Jordan has marked in every frame. In this one, the bottom of the third, they've got a 3 up there, but there's nobody out. And the bases are full of Blue Devils. And we are going to have a pitching change. As Coach Olvey goes out to the mound, we'll go to break here on Jeffco Ed TV.
The great thing about Signature Academies is if you have a passion for culinary arts, or if you know that you want to own a restaurant, or if you know that you want to go in and be a pastry chef for a really high-end hotel, this is your pathway to that point. Our class is here to teach you how to be in the industry of hospitality. So it could be anywhere from hotels to front of the house, being a hostess, or it could be in the kitchen.
I would say this made me college career ready because not only do you know what you need to know about a kitchen in here or learn what you need to learn, but you also, you're with a team.
There are 3 courses that I teach and that the kids will take to be a completer of the academy. The first one is Principles of Biomedical Science. The second one is Human Body Systems. And the third one is Medical Interventions.
I believe the Biomedical Academy offers opportunities for you to kind of determine if the medical field is something you want to pursue. It covers phlebotomy, it covers parts in marine biology, it covers forensics, it gives you a whole scope.
Their skills have grown and the love for the class, and to see that they want to accomplish.
All right, pitching change. In for Bivens is Will Bailey. As they gather at the mound, he's had his warm-up tosses. Try and get out of, this is the absolute epitome of a major league jam. The bases are loaded and there's nobody out. And one of the best hitters at 500 plus, Tanner Rice, is also pitching a rather nifty shutout here. He steps to the plate. He singled back in the first and reached on a fielder's choice in the second.
We don't have it in our notes, so a little worried about being wrong here.
There's base hit, right field, bounces in front of Vines. One Blue Devil will score. They just go station to station with a 9-0 lead. Tyler Allen plated.
No reason to force another runner around there.
You can kind of see how Rice is hitting 500. He's got 2 hits. He's 2 for 3 now as Maldonado steps up. And now if you're McAdory, swing and a miss, actually got a piece of that one, but Rouse gloves it. Now you're McAdory, you got to worry about giving up 10 here.
I believe that's through 4, or 10 through 5, 15 through 4.
I think it's 10 through 5. Strike, it's 0-2 as Bailey comes in, immediately gets ahead of the hitter Rice.
Now, without
Maldonado, should say.
Double play or a triple play, of course, here, this will be an inning where Mortimer Jordan will bet around.
Gotcha. That ball's fouled back behind us. It's 0-2.
Which
remains 0-2.
If my score sheet didn't already have enough scribbles on it, we're about to make some more.
Lucas at third. Taylor is at second. There's a pop fly, infield fly rule. Oh, he dropped the ball. All you got to do is step on home plate.
Oh, it'll be infield fly, so it won't matter.
Yeah. I didn't know if it had gone high enough for them to immediately call infield fly.
It's a good thing they did. I think you might have had that triple play if nobody was moving.
And that's
the reason for the
purpose
rule.
of the infield fly rule. So.
Pitch hitting. Number 4.
So there's an out.
Taylor. Pardon me, Kamari Nation.
So Nation will hit for Thompson. As
I believe Nation scored in the first inning.
yeah, he did.
As a pinch runner.
Pinch runner, he did. He lifts that one very high and in foul territory, behind the fence, out of play.
Not too far from our camera over there. Reach out and grab that thing. What could go wrong?
I don't know. Cameras are awful expensive. Diving for a $6 baseball isn't the way to get it. There's a curveball. Hit hard, right back up the middle and through. One Blue Devil is in. That's Lucas. And here comes Taylor. And it is 11-0 on a crisp single for the pinch hitter.
And I don't think there was ever going to be a chance to get a double play there, but that goes just under his glove at shortstop. Hard to get down. Just hit a little bit too hard for that ball to be in reach. And that's the first time that 2 runs have scored on the same place since that error, the 2-run error in the first inning. They've been going station to station every other time.
Key West, I knew I was going to do it. I knew it was going to happen. I wanted to keep the streak alive and continue to call him Kai, but I didn't. So, I think I'll just go west from now on. I'll go west, young man. That's the ball's 2-0.
Those are now all the runs that have scored belong to Bivens. He finishes his day 1+ innings, 7 runs, only 3 hits and 3 walks for him.
Two and a Bailey on the hill for McAdory. There's a look at Rice. He walks back into your frame. He is at second. That one's outside. Actually, did he call that a strike? I may have jumped him on that.
And Bailey, just a freshman, came in here. I think it's safe to say younger brother of Aaron Bailey, who is the McAdory ace.
Well, you figured out via the numbers.
48 and 84 with the same last name just seems like too big of a coincidence for them not to be related.
I would tend to agree with you. That one is.
Both pitchers.
Man, he was swinging on 3-0, which you can do when you're up 11-0. Now it's full count. So technically he was swinging on 3-1. Here comes the payoff pitch from Bailey. It's kind of fisted to third. Glove, bobbled. Worcester to first. 2 outs.
Very easily. That ball could have been another disaster for McAdory. Ball was at a little bit, kind of just bounces right into his throwing hand. And once he realized that he locked in and laser to throw over to first base.
That'll bring up Tyler Allen, the designated hitter.
The designated hitter, number 27, Tyler Allen.
Allen reached on an error in the first inning. Then he drew a walk and scored. It's 11-0. Will Bailey. Backhand block by Rouse. Nobody advances.
Still took him a little bit to find that ball, but didn't bounce far enough away. Got a good read at third base.
Yeah, even up 11-0, you're not going to take that chance, are you?
Probably not, especially with your pitcher at third base.
Yeah, they didn't pinch run for him, did they? Maybe he, like you said earlier, just kind of wants to stay loose.
I don't think you're going to with Tanner Rice either.
That's well stated. Number 27, the junior designated hitter. Real hitters count here at 2-0. Will Bailey. Kicks and fires. There's that high strike. He'll call it. It's 2-1. There are 2 outs, but 6 have scored for Mortimer Jordan in their half of the third inning. They won the opener 8-3, and they appear headed for the sweep. There's a ground ball left side. That scoots through. Coming home is Dean to score. And it's 12-0.
Again, it's just good piece of hitting, turning on that ball.
Rice scored. Excuse me, let me correct myself there.
Sound off the bat, you could tell that came off his hands. But turned on it and put just enough power in his swing, push it past the third baseman.
Nation goes to third. As Matthew Lucas. We might be checking that. Aiden Mixon is going to bat. The offering from Bailey is upstairs, called strike. It's at the letters. Aiden Mixon. Let's see. Mixon swings at a pitch outside. Mixon, junior first baseman / DH. Boy, I had a lot of bend on it.
I think it might have had Mixon fooled a little bit. He was looking at it. Slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah, and he's not shy about swinging at the outside pitches from what I've seen so far. Here is the 1-2.
See him choked up on that bat right now.
He golfs it in the right field. That is going to drop. Another run. Another Blue Devil score. They got runners at first and second, and it is 13-0.
Well, you could just see the way he was choked up on that bat. You'd see him. That is why you get defensive with your swing. Just being able to poke the ball out into right field just like that. Another good piece of hitting from the Blue Devils.
And Cooper Taylor, who bats at the bottom of the order, he struck out, walked, and scored. He bats with 2 outs here. That's right down Main Street.
The 13th batter to the plate in this half inning.
Will Bailey ahead in the count this time, 0-1 to Taylor. Just missed upstairs. 1-1.
You know, felt like a weird time for that not to be called a strike, but I will also say your strike zone shouldn't change. No matter when what the score is, no matter what inning it is, your strike zone should not change. So
that was a strike called in the outside corner, and as you can tell, Cooper Taylor was a little baffled by the call. A ball and 2 strikes. Oh, check to swing. Good no call. It's 2-2 with 2 out.
If you're a catcher at the high school level, if there's any sort of check swing, you say, hey, can you check with the umpire? Because that umpire is in position to check that swing. You don't know what he saw. We don't have umpires down the line. You never
Taylor.
know what kind of call you can get.
Big curveball misses inside. It's 3-2. Allen and Mixon are aboard. 2 big runs. As this one has been all MJ. Runners are going on the 3-2. It's fouled back. We'll do it all over again.
Foul ball brought to you by Bama Auto Glass.
Yeah, I know these guys are young, but you get a couple of foul balls on full count, you can get winded in a hurry. All right, here comes yet another 3-2 pitch from Bailey. Oh, over his head. Kind of over his shoulders as Taylor moved out of the way. He will draw the walk, and the sacks are full once again.
And we're back up to the top of the order, but see, Dean just missed a grand slam his last time at the plate earlier this inning.
Center fielder, number 10, J.O.D.
Back, like you said, to the top of the junior center fielder.
I think maybe just missing and the fact that he got out in his first 2 plate appearances. I think that might be another reason why he's staying in this game.
Maybe. Here's the 1-0 from Will Bailey. Upstairs. It's 2-0, no place to put him. Jono and J.O. Dean. Well, look at it, 2-0. Really good place for the hitter. Bailey's got to bring it. And it's outside. It's 3-0.
I promise Dean's up there not thinking he wants to walk right now. He wants to swing the bat. You have to have a competitive pitch.
Here is the 3-0. Has he got to go? I would think so. That was low. So he walks. And coming to the plate to score is Allen, Tyler Allen. And we may have a change here. Although it's Carnes that is talking to the home plate umpire. Meanwhile, Olvey is going to check down and out on Will Bailey. Boy, had a tough outing. Giving up 9 runs this inning. That's painful.
Yeah, to come into an inning and leave in that same inning. It's tough. I mean, it was a tough spot for a freshman to come into. Bases loaded, nobody out, already being down by so much. He got 2 outs. But that third one was just a little bit too elusive.
And warming up. Is it number 4? Josh Schultz. Little music in the background. So why don't we take a break too? You're watching Jeffco Ed TV.
Welcome to McAdory High School, home of the Yellow Jackets. Check out all the things we have going on right now. It's a great day to be a Yellow Jacket. We are Jeff Co-Ed Strong.
And there's a look at the reliever. That's Josh Schultz He is a junior. He plays third. He pitches and he catches.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Yellow Jackets, number 4, Josh Schultz.
There you hear it. Schultz on the public address system.
And pitch hitting, number 44, Braden Cox.
And pinch hitting is Braden Cox. Shane Carnes is not bashful at all, giving his bench players some PT.
Two walks and 4 hits for Will Bailey. Got 2 outs.
Cox is a sophomore. He's not even listed as he's listed as an outfielder. Oh, upstairs. Schultz got him with that one.
I think there was a little bit there. It's like, hey, come on. Somebody get a hit. When you go up there aggressive, you see something high, you are typically going to fall in love with it.
Yeah, and they're very difficult to catch up to. Here's the 1-2. Too high. The bases are loaded. 2 outs, a 2-2 count. The guys in blue right there, Mortimer Jordan. You're looking at Cooper Taylor at second. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that will put the end of the bottom of the third on the board with MJ in control. 14-0.
We are Mortimer Jordan High School, where it's always a great day to be a Blue Devil. We are Jeff Co-Ed Strong.
Looking at a brand new pitcher for the Blue Devils. That is Dawson Carey. Jersey number 33. He's a junior. Aiden Mixon was a pinch hitter. Will check in defensively for Matthew Lucas.
In right field, number 44, Braden Cox.
They continue to turn our scorecards into chicken scratch. And that's okay. I'm glad, because you play guys that work out in practice. They help your starters, and I like it when they get some playing time.
If you think I'm change my scorecard with defensive changes at this point in this game, you're crazy. I'll add them in there when they're batting. You take care of the field right here.
Okay, I'm all for that.
Final line for Tanner Rice. Again, not needed, especially after a long wait in that third inning, not pitching. He threw 3 innings, struck out 4, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. Most importantly, 0 runs.
We go to the top of the 4th inning. McAdory at the plate, trailing 14-0. I think it's pretty clear why Mortimer Jordan is undefeated. They won the first half of this doubleheader 8-3. This one has been a lot more lopsided. As they jumped on McAdory in the first inning, put up a 4 spot, then they put up a 1 spot, then they put up 9. Parker's the batter. That curve ball is way outside.
If there's anything you're told coming in as a reliever at this point in this kind of game, you say, hey, throw strikes. Get out there and throw strikes.
Exactly.
That's your job right now. You want experience, you want to face hitters like it is a 0-0 game, right? But
that ball is lifted into right field. Cox will drift over, and he will make the play just inside the line. And one quick out for Dawson Carey. So, Parker.
Second baseman, number 27, Grayson Glover.
He flies to right field, and Grayson Glover. We're trying to figure out if that indeed is Grayson Glover. There's a strike.
We did see Coach Olvey go and talk to the umpire between innings. I assume that was for some changes coming up in the lineup.
Logan Nix is the hitter for Grayson Glover. And this is just the second time around for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes the 0-2. Ground ball short. Maldonado just lets it go right underneath his glove. They may have yeah, that was Maldonado.
You always got to double check the changes, especially after error like that you don't expect. But again, we're watching high school ball in early March. Defense isn't going to be perfect out there. He just picked his glove up a little too quickly, saw it bounce right underneath it.
You think the 14-0 lead had something to do with that?
As a coach, you hope not. You hope that it was. You would
yeah.
rather it just be like a run-of-the-mill error. That error would have happened no matter what the score is. It's certainly easier to swallow at 14-0.
Now batting.
Now at the plate, number 99, Chris Vines.
All right. Vines, who I believe was supposed to start this game. Joshua Vines, a senior outfielder.
I think Vines is who.
He framed it. West did, but did not get the he didn't get the call. Rightfully so. It was a ball. Vines at the plate. There's a strike. Two. Chris Vines. He is on the bump now. He was not the one I thought was going to start. Rather quiet here. No chanting. 3-2. 1 out. Runner aboard for McAdory. They would certainly like to erase that goose egg. Not that way. Boy, that curveball just froze him.
Yeah, I think that is tough to be at this point in this game, be looking at pitches on a full count.
Okay, there's another Vines. He was the one I thought was going to start first, but they flipped everything around at the last minute. So
I think we saw Josh Vines come in the outfield in that last half inning during one of the pitching changes.
There's a strike right down the middle. 0-1. I think I heard that right. They'll run you a tab at the concession stand. We'd be dangerous with our crew, wouldn't it? Did they get him? Aiden Mixon thought he had him.
The throw was just a little off. He had a big enough lead where it definitely could have been there.
Parker is aboard. He is just a freshman. And what do you think he is, 6'3"? Chopper to second. Lash, gloves, throws over to Mixon. Got him. So the top of the fourth, another 0 for McAdory, with Mortimer Jordan coming to plate with a chance to end this one on Jeff Coed TV.
Certainly we need more drivers, but we need folks more than that who want to make a difference.
It's the best job in the world. Bus drivers are doing a tremendous job in receiving kids each day with a smile, sending them home each day with a smile, making a difference in their lives.
Most bus drivers are there to invest in the children as well as to gain an investment for themselves. They were excited that you're interested in being a bus driver trainer. The potential is great about changing lives.
Schultz is on the mound with a pretty big deficit on the Yellow Jackets' hand, 14-0. Schultz came in and was effective at the end of the third.
That wasn't the prettiest pitching. It wasn't, but he came in for one hitter and got a strikeout. That's all I needed to do.
Sawyer Lash, the junior, will step to the plate here to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. Tough day for McAdory, huh? All righty. Quick meeting on the mound. Rouse comes back to the plate. And stepping to the plate is 0, Sawyer Lash.
Coming to the plate, the second baseman, number 0.
Have a little bit of the backups, reserves, bench players get in here, get a chance to hit. Mortimer Jordan hopes to, why not, put up another big inning. They haven't had a 0 up there. They don't want to start now. They don't care what the score is.
All right. Josh Schultz. And at the plate, Sawyer Lash. Lash is 11th grader. Looking at a 1-1 offering from Schultz. Upstairs, 2-1.
He is listed as pitcher. I think you can tell he can get out there and be an inning eater, which I think is what they're asking him to do today. Is motion. There's release points. They're going to throw a lot of pitches up.
That one's away. Oh, it was not. I think that strike zone's getting bigger as the game gets more and more out of hand.
Which I disagree with, but I know there's several people in the crowd and maybe in the dugouts right now that might agree with that.
What, does he hang on the plate or what? Sawyer Lash.
He really is. He is as far as over as he can get in that batter's box.
Full count. Low. So Lash is aboard the base on balls. And we'll just have to kind of check and see who's coming to the plate.
That was the 11th full count of this game.
Wow.
Hitters.
Case and Bridges has checked in.
I don't know if they will all go like this, but I have a feeling if you force 11 full counts as a team hitting at the plate, especially just through 4 innings, you're probably going to win most of those games.
I would think, or in some case, you might say probably going to lose those games. But certainly edges toward the winner. There's a chopper to third. It is gloved and dropped by Worcester. He throws over. He's safe. Is he? Nope, they rung him up.
Good play by Worcester to stick with that one. No, he wanted to go to second the first time through, and just that play wasn't there anymore, but he didn't panic. Threw over to first, got the one out.
Kamari Nation will step up. He is a senior playing left field. That ball's outside. So the runner did advance to second.
Yeah, with the way that Sawyer Lash was moving, too, I don't know if that play was ever at second with how slow that chopper was. Might have always been at first.
I agree. Here comes the 1-0 from Schultz. That ball bounces up behind the catcher. Rouse gives chase. A trot down to second for Lash. I should say third. Kamari Nation at the plate. Here comes the 2-0. Boy, he took something off of it, and Nation just swung straight through it. 2-1.
Until his timing was off. That foot was planted before he swung. Then it was just kind of a flail of the bat.
He gets up on the plate, too. Upstairs, 3-1. Mortimer Jordan, a perfect 8-0. Their head coach, Carnes, 500 career wins. Oh, he framed it nicely. So guess what? It's another full count.
Why not?
Does that make 12?
That's 12.
Amazing.
I have a feeling that's going to be one of my leading questions for Coach
Rip
Carnes.
down the line, just foul. Boy, he tomahawked that one. There's Lash at third. Full count. That score is correct at the bottom of your Jeffco Ed TV screen. It is 14-0. There's a fly ball. Deep left. Drifting back is Coleman. He waves goodbye. Nation just hit a 2-run bomb to make it 16-0. And we're going to see what happens here. As now it's a plus 15 lead. We keep playing.
Yeah, you still have to play.
Sure
you have
are.
to play at least 5 innings. That man, that is just. He was able to get under that one a little more, which is surprising because again Schultz has been throwing it up, and you could see Nation on the last time when he ripped one down the left field line. He was on top of the ball. He was able to level out his swing a little more, get under that one. Didn't really straighten it out anymore, but he didn't need to. Got under it, put it just over that left field fence. That 315 marker, I'm guessing that one was roughly 330-ish. Good piece of hitting, good at bat.
Pinch hitters, Eli Crane. Just a freshman catcher. Well, you're our rules expert. Didn't it used to be 15 plus after 4?
I want to say it did. I know they have different rules for softball between 4 and 5, but I guess I know we were talking about it up here, whether it would be for baseball or not. But baseball, I think, has always been 5 innings. And it's the same rule for like a weather. You know, if there's a weather delay or suspension or postpone or whatever, you have to play at least 5 innings for it to be an official game.
Schultz, after giving up the 2-run bomb, facing Crane, 1-2, 1 out. Mortimer Jordan has scored in every frame. 4, then 1, then 9, which put this game out of reach. And then a 2-run bomb by Nation. Slow curveball. Lifted into left. Coleman on the run. Can't make the catch. Crane with a base hit.
Making him work over there. Running all the way back to the wall and then running all the way in. Covering a lot of ground over these last 2 plays.
The DH.
All right. Tyler Allen. He may be the only person that hasn't been subbed for.
Time to do the DH. This game is yours.
Now, as I have told you and bored many people, I'm not a big DH guy. Never have been. But because I always thought you should play both sides. But that's the rule, and they're not going to change it just because I don't like it, you think?
No, I don't think so.
You think I could get in touch with the commissioner maybe?
I think you have to make your own league at that point. You might have a lot of people that would watch it. People like watching pitchers.
Well, I think if you're 50 and older, you're probably more likely not to be a DH fan. That's outside. It's 3-0.
Well, before we'll go with before Shohei Ohtani, who was your favorite pitcher to watch hit? I got a couple.
Well, man, I'm going old school on you. Bob Gibson used to be able to hit. In fact, he hit a home run in Game 7 of the World Series. Who else? Phil Necro could hit okay. But, man, I am showing my age, aren't I?
Oh, that's not bad. My guys are more the 90s and 2000s, but
well, name some of yours.
Mike Hampton had a big bat for the Rockies. Hit several homers. Carlos Zambrano for the Cubs. He had a pretty good bat. Dontrelle Willis, he hit a couple of homers. I think he was a pitcher who had 2 homers in a game. Which was at the point where it became even more rare that pitchers were hitting. And that eventually is the reason I feel like the DH became universal, is because so many pitchers they weren't competitive at the plate. There's no reason to have an automatic out every single time through the lineup.
Aiden Mixon, who stepped in at first. He singled and scored in his first at-bat. And he will look at Josh Schultz. With 2 on and 1 out, 16-0. Blue Devils in control. That's on the outside corner, and it did not sit well with Mixon. Even though, as I said in his earlier plate appearance, it seems he likes the outfield. And I think he went to right for his base hit. This one is a shot into the gap. That's going to go to the fence. Coming around to score. Nope, actually, they held him up, and I totally am okay with that. You?
I get it. I think they're I don't know. It's that fine line, right? It depends on what they're going to get more upset about. Sometimes pity doesn't feel as good. Run the bases like you usually would. I mean, maybe not as aggressively, but a ball to the wall that I guess you had to wait to see if it got caught might be the argument. I don't think you did. I think got a good read off that.
Yeah.
Off the bat.
Mixon with 2 hits. That was a very long single, wasn't it?
They've had a couple of those in this one.
Yeah, we have. Cooper Taylor at the plate. He has gone the distance at third. The 0-1 outside. Oh, he is really take it the way you want to, but
he's hearing
that was a little.
Here, and
that's a little bit of a gift.
You're calling it too quickly for me. Let me take care of it.
Well, 0-2, bases loaded. He just kind of waves at that one, does Taylor, and he'll sit down. He struck out a couple of times, walked a couple of times. So, Dean, your center fielder, he will step to the plate. facing Josh Schultz, who, as you alluded to earlier, is in that unenviable task of being in mop-up. That one is straight up. It should stay in play. Third baseman comes over, and making the catch is Austin Worcester. So we will go to the top half of the fifth inning. Mortimer Jordan is owning it, 16-0 on Jeff Coed TV.
The great thing about Signature Academies is if you have a passion for culinary arts, or if you know that you want to own a restaurant, or if you know that you want to go in and be a pastry chef for a really high-end hotel, this is your pathway to that point. Our class is here to teach you how to be in the industry of hospitality. So it could be anywhere from hotels to front of the house, being a hostess, or it could be in the kitchen.
I would say this made me college career ready because not only do you know what you need to know about a kitchen in here or learn what you need to learn, but you also, like, you're with a team.
There are 3 courses that I teach and that the kids will take to be a completer of the academy. The first one is Principles of Biomedical Science. The second one is Human Body Systems. And the third one is Medical Interventions.
I believe the Biomedical Academy offers opportunities for you to kind of determine if the medical field is something you want to pursue. It covers phlebotomy, it covers parts in marine biology, it covers forensics, it gives you a whole scope.
Their skills have grown and the love for the class, and to see that they want to accomplish.
There's a look at the new pitcher for the guys in blue, Mortimer Jordan. That is Jackson Woodruff. By his name in our notes, it just said, call him the closer. I don't believe he's eligible for a save here with a 16-0 lead. But McAdory's got to score, 7? Not catching up with that one.
7 runs to keep it going into the bottom of the fifth. And then, find 10 more and hold Mortimer Jordan without a run in an inning.
Great curveball, fouled away.
And listen, hey, if you want to have a historic comeback, who's to say we don't want to see that?
Well,
could be a little fun to that.
Yeah. We made history last year doing that 17-inning game over in Hueytown. Over in Gardendale. 16 of the innings were scoreless.
Cool, man, that's fun.
Oh, it was fun. The only bad thing about it is that my daughter lives in Tyler, Texas, and she was getting a journalism award. So I had driven all night long. I got about 2 hours of sleep. Then I go 17. Do you think I ran out of energy?
Yeah, I think you probably did.
No, I really.
Left.
Well, yeah, you're right. When my head hit the pillow, that was not an issue. But, the game was so great. I'm not letting up. 2-2 count. Woody just did a little 360. Got back to the rubber. Boy, he put some gas on that one. I'd like to see a jugs on that.
He was well behind that pitch. Went down to a knee. Got a pitch right down the middle. I think he just realized it a little bit too late.
All right. Schultz, the pitcher, is going to hit for himself. And he rips a base hit into right field. Cox comes over to field it and gets it back in. Single, first pitch hitting there. And that'll bring up, catching the jersey numbers here. The yellow's hard to see on that gray background. We're all kind of guessing up here. Could be. I don't have a 46. I'm glad he's getting to play. That's upstairs, right over the center of the plate. It's 0-1 with one out. 16-0 Mortimer Jordan. That ball's away. It'll even the count at 1-1. Out of the stretch. Woody works quick. That one's 2 upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Great night for baseball. A little breezy now, but not bad. You know, it's really going to warm up over the next day or two. Close to 80. I'm all right with that. Here comes the 1-2 from Woody. Oh, he just missed away with that one. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. There's another look at this pitch. I'm telling you what, now Jackson Woodruff can bring it. He's definitely earned the title, the closer.
Number 11, Austin Worcester.
Worcester, the third baseman, will step to the plate. He chops one towards the mound. It is scooped by Woody, tossed over to Mixon, and that's the ball game as Mortimer Jordan has brought out the broom, and they have swept McAdory. The opener was 8-3. And then 16-0 in that one. So McAdory will drop to 3-7, having lost 2 here. Meanwhile, Mortimer Jordan will rise to 9-0. Coach Carnes and his Blue Devils are undefeated as the teams exchange handshakes going across the diamond. We'll await Caleb, who is going to catch up with Shane Carnes. 500-plus winner here at Mortimer Jordan High School. And he'll grab a word with him. And we will wrap up, get ready. We're going to get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will do softball. Love the game. The Lady Indians and the Lady Cougars. We will be at Clay Chalkville. That is tomorrow, 5 o'clock first pitch on Jeffco Ed TV. And then we'll go in on Thursday. Meantime, Coach Carnes talking a little bit with Olvie. And what do you say? Let's let him talk a little bit with our Caleb. Turn time. Take it away.
Yeah, guys. Coach Carnes, congrats on the 2 wins, obviously staying undefeated. What went into today's 2 games to allow you to have so much success?
It starts back in the fall. We had 27 guys with us that weren't, other sport guys, just play baseball. And we worked all fall. We had a great preseason. And credit to our kids. McAdory's got a good team. Kind of got a little sideways to start with their starter threw a lot of pitches in the first inning. And but our kids compete. They play hard. They practice hard. They love baseball. And it's an easy group to coach. They're probably harder on themselves than I am on them. But like I said, they show up every day wanting to get better. And, they push each other. There's a lot of camaraderie with this group. But, at the end of the day, we're kind of on a little win streak right now. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing and try to keep it rolling.
Yeah, obviously, in high school baseball, it's about, mistakes are going to be made on both sides. It's about taking advantage of them. Y'all did that early. Could have easily been 1 run through 2 innings, and it was 5. Mm-hmm. How big were those extra runs?
Well, anytime you can build a lead early and then, give credit to our pitcher who went out and, we got 4 runs there. He put up a 0 in the first. We get 4 runs, and he comes up and puts up another 0 in the second. We add to that. Then he's another 0 in the third. And you're able to lengthen that lead right there, and it makes it a lot easier. You're able to play a little bit more free, a little bit more aggressive. and then it puts pressure on the other team. So, you know, real proud of our guys for finding a way to score in the first inning. It's always big when you can get a lead, and just, you know, playing through adversity. You know, it's in high school baseball, you're right. Errors are going to be made, mistakes are going to be made, and, you know, a lot of times, sometimes it's a testament between the teams who can handle adversity better. And like I said, we've got a lot of guys on our team that have been playing since they were sophomores, and so there's a lot of experience. We got great senior leadership. Like I said, and they're the same kids every day. They're the same kids whether they're doing well or they're not doing well. They love the game and they play hard, so I couldn't be prouder of them.
I had y'all down for 12 full counts faced in this game. That is obviously a testament to y'all sitting and y'all's patient, capped off by Kamari's homer.
Right. Well, you know, we had a game plan. We knew that the Pearsall kid from McAdory was really good, so we wanted to get some deep counts early to get his pitch count up, and, you know, our kids executed that. And, like, obviously Kamari's home run is big. That's the first one we've hit here this year. And then to me, an at-bat that really stuck out was Kai West's at-bat on the 3-2 pitch. He takes and just kind of waves the bat at a pitch that's a borderline strike, and he just fouls it off over here, and then the next pitch is in the dirt. So we've really been preaching to guys, let's get to the next pitch, shorten up with 2 strikes, put the ball in play, and see what happens. So they did that tonight, and, you know, we've done it a lot this season. Tanner Rice early in the game hit a ground ball and scored a run, and that might not seem like a big deal, but McGuire got on, he stole second, moved up on a pass ball, and now you get a ground ball to second with less than 2 outs, and you score a run. So those are all big things right there. And when you play good teams, when you play in tight ball games, and as we get into area play, those are the things that you're going to need to have happen. When you got a runner at third with less than 2 outs, you got to be able to hit a ground ball just to get him in, because you're going to face quality arms. And, you know, we have to get better. But I like where we're at right now. I think our kids compete on a day-to-day basis, and so we're just going to keep working to get better every day.
Any superstitions y'all are keeping around, staying unbeaten?
No, not really. You know, I'm probably the worst ones for being superstitious, and, you know, it's like I tell our kids, when you go to the plate, if you know, the Dean kid that hit the ball over the right fielder's head, he didn't have the best night at the plate in the first game, and so, like, one of our coaches said, hey, go up there and hit without batting gloves this time. And so we don't really have any standard traditions. I guess really the biggest tradition we've got right now is after, you know, I talked to them pregame when we're coming off, they want to do the old jump and bump into each other with me. And, you know, at 30, I'm probably really good with that, but at 49, it's a little tougher. You know, and it was just one kid, and now it's evolved into 2-on-1s, and then now it's 2-on-1, 2-on-1, 2-on-1. So, you know, anyway, I guess that would be our tradition right now in our win streak.
It's a baseball clubhouse. There's got to be some superstitions up there. All right, thanks, Matt. We'll send it back up to you.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Caleb. Fantastic job, as always. There you're looking at Shane Carnes, now 9-0 on the season. 500-plus wins right here at Mortimer Jordan for the former and current UAB Hall of Famer. Want to thank our crew. They do excellent work as always. The hospitality here at Mortimer Jordan has been fantastic as always. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Once again, final score in the opener, 8-3 Mortimer Jordan. Then the Blue Devils just laid it on the Yellow Jackets in the second game. The final was 16-0. We'll see you tomorrow night at Clay Chalkville on Jeff Coed TV.